loan agreement. So which contain information of loan types, price, right, loan ID, interest payment, counterparty name, all information comes under that loan particular agreement. What if I want this information in numbers? Because see, what if let's take the example of HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank has, let's say, 1 million customers. So now it's difficult to go through the 1 million agreements, right? But what if I convert this loan agreement? If I convert this loan agreement into numbers, so numbers, it means in one Excel sheet, what you can do, let's say you can create customer data. Let's say your number, name, category, right, principals, amounts, and everything. So in Excel, what you can easily or quickly you can track it out information, right? So if you convert that information into numbers, and here under numbers, you can create a data set that it will be easy for you to track. Maybe let's say loan ID, amount or CPT name, loan amount, interest payment, trade date, settlement date, and all other informations. If you convert into that, so in that way, it will be easy for you to track that information. So now, if you see, this information will treat as a data. And this data has a base of agreement. So it means on the basis of this reference, we have created this data. So now here you can say, see, reference plus data. So now combined you can call it as reference data. Reference data help any institutions to track their customers, track their counterparties, track their employees, track everyone. If I talk about TCS has around 0.5 million employees. How TCS will track their salaries, their joining dates, and all other information, package, and everything. Without reference data, they cannot track it everything in an effective way. That's how. So they convert their offer letters and everything into numbers, and in because system or SQL database, they track the numbers, and when we get numbers, so through their database they can easily track everything. So this is how reference data is helping an organizations to track their data. So now let's talk about some data types. If you get the what is reference data, then let's talk about data types. See, in data types, in a financial markets, we have a different data. One which is, let's say, market data, right? Counterparty data. Counterparty means buyer and seller or broker or all other counterparts. That information comes under counterparty data. Participants data. Participants, it means stock exchange, clearing agents, brokers, banks. So their information comes under participants data. Trade data. Trade data, it means if you buy any security or if you sell any security, so that information comes under trade data. Right? So here NSE basically track counterparty data, track participants data, track even trade data as well. So that all comes under your market data. So NSE is National Securities Exchange, ATS, automatic trading system, that track each and every information and provide to us. So this is how your data come into picture. So now let's talk about some process flow and relation of data with it. Let's say we have a buyer and seller. Buyer want to buy Wipro security, and seller also want to sell Wipro security. Both will they have a marketplace which is NSE, and they have sent orders to through NSE to their brokers. Once they send their order, every order creates unique ID. Buyer also will have their unique trade ID. Seller also will have, unique trade ID. And they send that information to the NSE, National Stock Exchange system, market system. So once the trade received to the NSE has electronic communication, automated, communication system. So that electronic automated communication systems match the orders on the basis of quantity, price, and timing, and even ISIN as well. ISIN, it means identification number. If that match, then that order will confirm, and once the order is confirmed, then settlement ID it will be generated or created. Settlement ID which will be unique for both the counterparts, buyer and seller. So after the execute a confirmation of trades or execution of trades, let's say, then clearing agents, every stock exchange has their own clearing agent bodies. So clearing agents track buyer and seller's informations through settlement IDs. And here, if you see in this particular transactions, we'll have order ID, we'll have settlement ID, counterparty names means buyer and seller name, exchange name, trade date, settlement date, price, quantity. So this all information comes under static data. Statics data, it means specifically if you ask me, this comes under your trade data as well. So it means with this information, you can track your trades. I hope now you got it about what is trade data. So now let's talk about some, the other counterparts. If I talk about, let's say, buyer, what information required from buyer side to the clearing agent. See, buyer side information is PAN, Aadhaar, SSN, broker ID, then client ID, demat ID, that information is required. From seller side, say PAN, Aadhaar, client ID, bank account number, demat account number, right? All that information is required. And on the basis of that, clearing agents will settle that securities in the books of buyer and seller, and trade will be executed. Here the important is all this information comes under trade reference data. Trade reference data. All right. Now let's talk about some market data types. Market data, it means, see, we have a different markets: NSE, BSE, MCX, NYSE. See, every market has their own IDs, numbers, and all other information. Let's say BSE has 1254. It's a dummy numbers. It's not exactly. Then a BSE has 1256. NSE has 1252, along with their client IDs and all. Right? They have their IDs. So it means you can recognize them through their IDs. But apart from that, if you go and see that all stock exchanges track the information of every stock exchange in this way. If I talk about Wipro's all Kundali that you can track it. All means all. Just go back here. Check your Wipro stock. All right. Buy, sell. All means all. See, NSE maintain market data. Market data, it means IQ information, any private placements, mutual funds, buy, sell, holding change, all that information your NSE will track it. That all comes under your market data. So it means as a reference data team, you can refer the NSE data to update your internal accounting records or books of records, so that you can refer it and update it in your books of accounts. So this information comes under your market data. So it means whatever information is available on market, that data comes under market data. All right. So if I talk about, means all information you can track it out here of any stocks. Let's say companies, their records, price, all means all information, when it was listed, the segments, every information is available. Management, right? Who is the majority of the stakeholders, directors, executives, CEOs, all that information is available here. Ownership details, promoters are holding 72%, right? Public is holding 27%. See this. financial filings, due diligence of that particular company. See, if you see all that information is available on a market, that all comes under your market data. And this information also you can refer it to update in your accounting systems. Whether you work at broking level, custodian level or banking level, you can refer all of this information to update in your accounting system. And this all information comes under your market data. So I hope now you got the idea about what is trade data, what is counterparty data, and what is market data. Market data, in short, if any information is available on market about any particular securities or financial instruments, that comes under your market data. All right. So I'm done with this session. This was just trailer. If you need any in detail session on reference data, then I would expect at least 1000 likes. If you give me 1000 likes or at least 200 plus comments, whether it is positive or negative, then I'll ensure I'll record full-fledged course on reference data with advanced level of discussion, and that is also in free of cost to you guys. If you share this info video with people or students, they'll also like and subscribe, then I'll give you full-fledged session on reference data, that is also in free of cost. If you like this initiative, quickly like and click on bell icon so you will get the notification of my latest session. I'm done with this session. We'll see you in another session on different topics so that we can discuss in details. Thank you very much for watching.